Chapter 5, Liberty for All. From the moment she crossed into Pennsylvania, Harriet loved the feeling of freedom. Now here's a quote from Harriet. "When I found I had crossed that line, I looked at my hands to see if I was the same person. There was such a glory over everything. The sun came like gold through the trees and over the fields, and I felt like I was in heaven." With the help of Pennsylvania Vigilance Committee, Harriet went to Philadelphia. The committee helped people who escaped slavery find jobs and keep in touch with their family members who were still enslaved. Its chairman, Mr. William Still, helped Harriet find work as a maid. Harriet saved every dollar she earned. She planned to use the money to rescue her family. One day, Harriet found out that her niece, Keziah, and her two children, James and Araminta, were about to be sold. Harriet returned to Maryland. She hid in a safe house until Keziah and her children could meet her. Then, Harriet used the Underground Railroad to lead them all to freedom. For Harriet, it was the first of many trips. Moses of her people. Harriet continued to travel to help free more and more of her family members and close friends. Then Congress passed a law that made Harriet's work even more dangerous. Look at all these people escaping slavery, heading to freedom, led by Harriet Tubman. The Fugitive Slave Law of 1850 said people who escaped slavery and who were found in the North could be returned to their former owners in the South. Anyone who helped people escape slavery could be jailed, fined, or worse. Fined means charged money, a large amount of money. Slave owners heard about Harriet and offered large rewards for anyone who captured her. Rewards are a big amount of money that they would give if someone brought Harriet Tubman back to them. Even though she had to be more careful now, Harriet continued to risk her life to free people. She wore disguises, and she often dressed and acted like an old woman to appear harmless. Harriet helped so many people escape that her nickname was Moses, like the man in the Bible who led his people to freedom. Harriet asked her husband to join her in Philadelphia. She knew his life would be better if he lived in a free state. But Harriet learned that John had already married another woman. Harriet continued her work and acted like a conductor for the Underground Railroad. Let's find out what conductor means. A person in charge of a train or a streetcar transportation system. Now we know the Underground Railroad isn't for trains, so that could only mean one thing. Harriet acted as a conductor because she was leading them to freedom. She had one rule. Any person who joined her on the trip north could not turn back. Because of this rule, Harriet never lost a single passenger. Because people who escaped slavery and who were caught in the North could be returned to their slave owners in the South, Harriet started taking people all the way to Canada. Slavery was no longer legal in Canada, and that country had no fugitive slave law. Many former slaves started a community in St. Catharines, Ontario, in Canada. Harriet helped many people, including her elderly parents and brothers, escape to St. Catharines. Harriet had fulfilled her promise to free her loved ones and others from the horrors of slavery. Now here's a thought. Most slaves who escaped to freedom never returned to the South because it was so dangerous. Harriet was very brave. Do you think you could have been as brave as Harriet? That's something to think about. And that's the end of chapter 5. Thank you so much for sticking with this story. And I know it's really heavy and hard, but it's a story that's very, very important.